Hey, what's up? And welcome back to my channel. My name is Emily. My dog is trying to say hi. Come here, big fella. Oh yeah, big fella. Oh yeah, big fella. I literally don't understand how people let their dogs kiss them on the mouth. I have a visceral reaction to it. But hello, welcome back to my channel. If you don't know me, I'm Emily. I'm a senior recruiter by day. I host a podcast by night, and my goal is to help you thrive in your 9 to 5 and beyond. I'm obviously a dog mother, among other things. And once a week, I post on this channel with an episode of the Straight Shooter Recruiter podcast that's really careers and professional development focused. And I also love to sprinkle in other content because I feel like I have learned and grown a lot over the last several years, particularly in my 20s, especially when I think about like dating and confidence and how your confidence journey really impacts, yes, your career, but every other facet of your life. So I love introducing some content like that as well. You can check me out on my other platforms. I'm on TikTok, Insta, the whole deal. And today we're going to be doing a Q&A while I enjoy some water, but I'm thinking of making an iced coffee at some point. And these are all questions you sent in anonymously. Shout out to my friend Rennie. I have included a link to her page in my description. I saw her do a Q&A on her YouTube channel, and I loved it. I've done Q&As here as well, but she used an app that made all of the questions submitted anonymous, and shit got wild, dude. And I can confirm. Are you done? Was that enough airtime for you? He's so dramatic. But I can 100% confirm that you guys did not hold back. So I wanted to, fine, go hang out somewhere else. I want to do answering some of your questions, and I'm also going to be sprinkling in some other content over the next little bit that's covering things like dating, confidence, but we're going to get to some of that today. Okay, so some of these questions are recruiting related. Most of them are more personal, which I assume you sent in because it was anonymous. The first recruitment related question I got was how to break into human resources or break into HR as a field. I actually have a full YouTube video on that. I'll put the key card up here because I talk through how I broke into HR, what some of those different career pathways look like. So I've got all of that listed in another video. I just wanted to address that one up front. And I got a bunch of questions about how to be more confident in yourself and overcome imposter syndrome. Essentially, imposter syndrome is this feeling that most of us have that we are not qualified, that we don't deserve to be in the rooms that we are in. I know I felt that pretty heavily today when I was preparing for this York event. Like, literally the Minister of Health for all of Ontario was there, and I'm like, hey, I'm here because I make Instagram videos. Like, what? So it's a very normal thing to have imposter syndrome, but the best way to work through it is A, talk about it with people who care about you. Sometimes I find even hearing that people think I'm qualified or that my friends are proud of or impressed by me really makes a difference in how I feel. And the other part is not to let it stop you. Like, keep going. Literally fake it till you make it. I fake having confidence so much that now I straight up just have confidence because I don't let myself talk shit about myself. You want to hang out? No. He doesn't want to hang out. I used to have a really big crush on this guy who will remain nameless, but if he's watching this, which I doubt he is, he'll for sure know who this is. We were best friends in elementary school. And if you remember being like 11, having an opposite sex best friend made you automatically cool because you're like, yeah, this is my best friend. Like, we are literally best friends. So he and I were besties. We hung out a lot. He was actually like a really good friend. Granted, I was a kid, so I can't imagine we were going through all that much, but we ended up being friends for like 7 or 8 years. Like, a really, really good friend, really nice family, like just a good person. If I were to see him on the streets today, I'd be like, oh my God, how are you? Like, he's a nice guy. But I had a huge crush on him. We were besties, so like that wasn't allowed. Plus, I went through a hella ugly phase. I'll try to put a photo up. But I was not cute in elementary school and for most of high school as well. So I was not attractive. He was really cute. He had the whole like skater boy thing going on, like very Justin Bieber, very, very, very much like 2009, what a cute boy looks like. Like, that's what he looked like. So he was super skater, like just a really nice guy. I had a huge crush on him. And this is going to answer the next question that I got, which is when was my first kiss? And he ended up being my first kiss. So we were like besties up until grade 9, and then I can't remember who told who they had feelings, but he had a crush on me as well, and we were like, oh my God, we don't want to ruin our profound friendship because we're 15 years old. He's like, I don't want to ruin our friendship, let's just see how things go. So I remember on his birthday going over to his parents' house to have dinner because that was a thing that we did every year, and he loved Jawbreakers, so I brought him like, I don't know, this big Jawbreaker as like part of his gift. How do I even remember this stuff? But like, I know I brought him a Jawbreaker. His family was there. His young cousin was there. We had dinner. We would always go to the Mandarin. We ate at the Mandarin, got back to his place, gave him this like Jawbreaker, and he knew I hadn't had my first kiss, and he had his first kiss. He had a girlfriend, I think, in elementary school when I did have a crush on him. So I'm pretty sure, made a comment that, like, I don't want to take your first kiss from you. Like, I want that to be special for you. Like, he was trying to be so considerate. And I don't remember, but I know there were fireworks going off that were unrelated to his birthday, and we had kissed. And I think it was on his birthday. And I'm pretty sure our first kiss was with the fireworks situation. And I remember he put his arm around me, and I was like, oh my God, I can't wait to marry this guy. And in grade 9, they, like, the principals or teachers or whatever, got us to write a letter to our future selves, which, by the way, they never gave to us. I would literally die to know what I wrote. But one thing I know for certain I wrote was like, you know what, 4 years from now, because when you're 15, that feels like a lifetime away. Like 4 years from now, I hope I still have the same amazing friends, which I actually did, and I still do. So slay on that behalf, or on that front. And then I was like, and I hope me and insert his name, are together and are so happy. And I look back, I'm like, oh my God, it's just so stupid. But he honestly was such a nice guy. I know he has a girlfriend now who seems lovely via Instagram. So yeah, that was my answer for first kiss and first crush. What's my favorite TV series or movie that I'm watching right now? You guys already know I'm a huge Game of Thrones girl. I watched it with you. I was basically live streaming half of it. I was watching it on Instagram. Loved Game of Thrones. I really enjoyed House of the Dragon, but that is done, of course. I also have been enjoying The Crown, although I'm not really enjoying this new season quite as much. I'm trying to think of what else. Oh, I'm a big reality TV girl. Like, big. I watch every Real Housewives, like Salt Lake City, Atlanta, literally all of them. I love the Real Housewives and all of the like spin-off shows. So I watch Family Karma. Oh my God, I absolutely love it. I also love Indian culture. So it's just amazing to like get reality TV show and a dose of like a different culture and like the beautiful fashion and the food. So that's been really fun. All right, let's see what else you asked me. Oh, everything uploaded twice here. That's so weird. What time do I usually go to bed? Yo, so early. Okay, usually I'm in bed at 10. I sleep by 11. And let me tell you a story about this. So on my birthday this year, and my birthday is October 26th. So on October 25th, I was in bed at 10 o'clock because I still had to work because of bills. So I was like, I got to go to bed early, wake up, work my day. And then I was going out for dinner with my family and with my boyfriend, like together that night. So I was in bed at 10:30. Croissant Guy, who you know via TikTok and Instagram, we call him Croissant Guy. If you don't know, now you know. So Croissant Guy messages me and is like, Emily, we need to talk. And this is the first time he's going for dinner with my full family. So I entirely thought he was about to break up with me. And then because he didn't want to have to go through a full birthday day and birthday dinner because he no longer wanted to be with me. So I was like, my pit in my stomach, listen, I throw up when I'm nervous. And I was like, I'm going to yak. The night before my birthday, this guy's going to make me throw up. So I'm laying in bed, sleep, a sound, like I'm so calm. He texts me, we need to talk. And I shoot up like a mummy who just not good. Frankenstein. I have nothing else to compare it to. I wake up, I'm so stressed out. And I text him. I'm trying to play it cool because I'm trying to make him think that I'm like, an emotionally stable individual. So I text him. I'm like, is everything okay, honey? Like, what's going on? He's like, yeah, just a lot going on. I think we need to talk in person. And I was like, fuck you. Like, for real? That's a joke. And he's like, I'm close to your apartment. Can I come by? And he lives in Toronto too. So like everything's pretty close overall. I'm in my pajamas. My apartment is a disaster. Like I was filming all day. Same like it is right now. Like I have ring lights everywhere, like scripts everywhere, like just shit everywhere. I was not ready for someone to come over. Plus like I'm in my pajamas, like my hair's like I was just not ready. And it's like the night before my birthday. I'm like, I'm about to get broken up with. I'd rather you just not tell me right now. 10 minutes later, knock on my door. I go open the door. Binky's barking, whatever. He comes in and he's got like flowers and a gift. And I was like, oh my God. It's like, that's really sweet. Don't ever tell me we need to talk again because I'm going to throw up. Like this. I don't care if it's weird if I say like that. Stupid. That was stupid. Okay. I was single 2 and a bit years. Just over 2.5 years. I say single loosely because I did date in between that, but I didn't have like a long-term boyfriend in between that. I dated my ex, let's call him Bob, for 2 years, and that traumatized the living hell out of me. Like traumatized. He wasn't a bad guy, not a bad person. I think he's a good person. I wish him nothing but the best, but we were so fundamentally incompatible that I actually don't understand how we dated for that long. Because I look back at to be honest, like how undervalued I was. Like for sure, I'm not saying he's a bad person, but I know he did not value me and our relationship. And that was just evident in basically everything. Like gun to his head, if he had to choose hanging out with his boys or hanging out with me, it would be the boys all the time. We were talking about moving in together at that point, and he was like, oh, I am so not there. I want to live with the guys. And I'm like, dude, we're in our late 20s. Like, are you sure you want to live with the guys? So I think it was just a lot of little things that I tolerated because I cared about him so much. And I was like, okay, well, if I need to stick out 4 or 5 years of him just doing his thing, and then eventually we'll take things more seriously, that's fine. And then it hit me that, like, yeah, he was never going to take me more seriously. I was just not a part of this guy's master plan. And I think it messed with me because it was the first time I liked someone more than they liked me. All of my other relationships, it felt like it was equal. Like we both really liked each other. We both really cared about each other, and it was a healthy balance. Whereas this relationship, I look back and I'm like, girl, you liked him so much more and you acted so foolishly in order to get this man to care about you. Like I did everything for him. Like I babied this man, like babied. So I was not ready to date for quite some time after that because I was just rattled. Like I did not want to deal. I did go on a few dates. The guys were really nice. Like the entire 2 years I dated, I really can't say anything bad about a guy I went on a few dates with. Like they were all really, really good guys, just not the guy for me. There were some really fucked up dates in there too, though. Like my online dating experience was rough, especially when I moved to the city. Like when I moved downtown about 6 months ago, that's when I really started going on more dates because I was like, hey, I'm in the city. Like there's no excuse. I could step outside. I'm at a bar. It's like 2 hours out of my day, not even, to go grab a drink with somebody, versus before I'd have to like commute. It was just further, less options because I lived in a smaller town. So it just didn't make sense for me. So when I moved here, I was more intentional about going on dates. And oh my God, dating in this city is a nightmare. I almost canceled my date with Croissant Guy because I was so over dating. And again, there are good guys in there. And if you are one of the guys watching this, I guarantee you are one of the good guys if you are watching this. But there were some dates I went on. I had one guy who was a straight up misogynist, like straight up kept talking about how women's place is in the kitchen, women's place is in the home. And then I didn't text him after that date. I was like, I don't even know what to say. I'm not going to tell you, hi, I think you're a misogynist. I don't want to see you again. Like I fully ghosted this guy, which is not nice, but like, I'm so sorry. It had to happen. Like there was him. There was a guy who told me he refuses to date women over 30 because all they care about is having kids. And I'm like, that is so, like, what a sad way to think, and also so unbelievably inaccurate. Anyways, my online dating experience was absolutely horrible. Granted, I have the guy I'm dating right now, I did meet on Bumble, so shout out to Bumble. But that's like one good guy out of, honestly, I probably went on 60 dates this year. Easily. Well, no, that doesn't make sense because that would be more than one date a week for a whole year because there's 51 weeks. Anybody? 51 weeks in a year? I don't know. Anyways, okay, let's cut that in half. Let's say I went on 30 dates. I can easily count 15 dates I went on this summer living in Toronto. Easy. So yeah, that happened. So all to say, if you are looking to date and you feel like online is something you're comfortable with, go for it. Every guy I've ever dated has been on Bumble. I've never met somebody I dated organically, like just out in the world. So it is like an option, but just be safe about it and don't get too attached to these guys because a lot of them are going to treat you like shit. Sorry. What's my worst personality characteristic? Dude, I could write a book about this. I'm very sensitive. I'm extremely sensitive and I overthink and worry about everything. I worry about little things I've said, little things I've done. Like I'm extremely, extremely hyper aware all of the time and it's absolutely exhausting. I'm also a really direct communicator to the point where like I think I come across as rather bitchy. Like if I'm in a fight with someone, I'm not going to be like, oh, I'm feeling like this happened. I'm going to be like, you did this and that's why it hurt me. And like it's rude. Like I know it's rude, but that's just how I talk. Because I'm just like a blunt person. So there's that. And one thing I want to work on is I'm really bad at processing how I feel about things as they're happening. Like, for example, I could be having a conversation with someone that's making me uncomfortable, but I can't register or understand that it's making me uncomfortable while it's happening. Like, I kind of just try to go through the motions, get through the conversation, and then after I'm like, that didn't feel good. Like, I wish I would have stopped. I got so many questions about Croissant Guy because I have been chronically single for the last 2 years. And if you don't know who Croissant Guy is, it's my boyfriend. It's the guy I'm dating. I have soft launched him on Insta and on TikTok because I refuse to reveal his face and his name. A lot of you ask, like, how do we meet? Like, what does he do? And I will answer as much as I can without being disrespectful of his privacy. The reason I'm not showing Croissant Guy's face is because I need more time. Like, we've only been dating for 3 months. I want to feel like, you know, we're in a really steady place in our relationship. And honestly, our relationship is so solid. I feel amazing, but it's also been 3 months. So for someone to be on my platform that I pour so much love and time into, I really want to make sure it feels like the right time and like I'm not rushing it. Even if you'll notice my friends, I don't post my friends a lot because I am very mindful of how stressful that can be for somebody else to then suddenly be getting DMs or followers. Like when I soft launched Croissant Guy on Instagram, I didn't even post his face. I got death threats in my DMs. People being like, you should go unalive yourself, or like, I'm going to find this guy and I'm going to eliminate him. Like, people are actually insane. I actually lost almost 1,000 followers the day I posted that I had a boyfriend, which I'm like, did you think I was going to date you because you follow me on Instagram? You had 2 years to shoot your shot and now you're mad? Confused. I'm just confused. What was the question? Oh, do I want to answer this question? Like, why are you asking me what my body count is? And when I say you, why did like 70 of you ask that? You know I'm not answering that question. Bro, I've been talking for 25 minutes. That's insane. Okay. All right. I hope you enjoyed this. Did you? Do you like me? Do you have a crush on me? Please say yes. Okay, well, I had a lot of fun. If you like this style of like rambly video, let me know. I can do more Q&As. I also plan on posting weekly rambles on different topics, obviously related to careers, confidence, etc. Like, I'd love to talk about the recent layoffs at Twitter. I would love to be talking about like some of the scandals that are popping up in different industries and just rambling about what we see online. I just think I have a lot to say, and a bitch can talk. I sure can. So if you like this, make sure you're commenting, make sure you've subscribed. Let me know what your feedback is. Obviously, this is a very different style of content. It's much more like two besties FaceTiming, but I kind of like that to break up the podcast. You know what I'm saying? All right, my friends, thank you so much for hanging out with me. I'm going to go make something a little bit stronger, and then I'm going to go. Thank you so much. Ciao.